Hey, hi, hello guys, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Emily Blewett, and I hope wherever you are and whenever you're tuning in, I can help put a smile on that beautiful face of yours. So, this may or may not be the first episode of the podcast. It's kind of in an odd space right now. After my final A-level, I came home and was like, okay, no excuses, let's get started. Let's finally get done what needs to get done. I've had a big list of ideas, like a big spreadsheet of different things I want to try and do this summer, and the podcast was like way up there on my to-do list. So I thought, well, exams are over, you don't have a choice, Emily, let's do it. And then I went back to edit the podcast, and I don't think I've ever sounded more miserable in my entire life. It's been about, I want to say, like a week and a half, 2 weeks since I finished my exams. I finally got out of like the headspace of constantly being in stress and work mode, and the difference is unbelievable. It sounds silly to not recognize it in yourself, but I think when you're in that headspace, it's like nothing else in the world matters, and it's the only thing you can think about is whatever's causing you that stress. I'm so glad that that is behind me. I never have to do an A-level exam ever again, and I can look forward to a really nice summer. For anyone listening who's been in a similar boat and just finished their end of year exams for your GCSEs, A-levels, uni exams, whatever you're up to, whatever stage of life you're in, well done, guys. Good job for getting through it. Enjoy yourself. Celebrate a little bit. Reconnect with your friends that you've been ghosting for months because you've been drowning under an ungodly workload, and just enjoy being. Just have a moment and just take a really deep breath and just breathe. Just let it out. So today's podcast, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I recently went to a puppy yoga experience in Manchester, and as soon as it happened, I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to tell everyone about this. It was probably one of the most wholesome, cute, adorable things I've ever done in my entire life. I absolutely loved it. It was really special too because I went with my mother's girlfriend, and her favourite dog breed is like a dachshund, and it was a dachshund like only puppy yoga, and they were so cute. They were absolutely adorable, but they were so full of energy when we first went into the room, and they wanted to play with everyone, and they were running around, and they had toys all over the place around these yoga mats. And we got into the actual yoga, and the dog started to settle a little bit. And then about halfway through, I think it was, they fell asleep. They all curled up, I had a couple fall asleep on my stomach. So midway through, everyone's stretching doing the yoga, I was just lying flat on the floor with all these dogs on my stomach, and I was like, I can't move. I can't participate in the yoga. I can't disturb them. They've chosen me as their safe space to have their nap. I'm not disturbing that. I've got to let them do their thing. So I lay there on the floor for, it must have been like 15 minutes with just all these puppies asleep on me. And they were so cute. Honestly, I wish I could have taken them home. I would have taken them all home. I would have had a new 5 puppies just running around the house. They were just such good energy. And everyone in that room kind of was just like this good high energy. I think it's nice because you get like the serotonin boost and the excitement of the puppies, and it's like, oh my god, they're so cute. And then yoga is just like a practice, is just so calming and all about feeling whatever you need to feel at that time, and just going through the motions and just enjoying being. And I liked being when there was lots of dogs to be around. But it was absolutely amazing. The event, I think it's called Puppy Yoga Manchester. It wasn't me who booked the tickets. They were like an end of exam surprise treat, which was lovely. I really appreciated that. And it definitely did put a big smile on my face. I was beaming for the rest of the day thinking about how adorable these puppies are. But what was even more amazing is that when they get to the end of the yoga session, you get to play with them before the yoga starts. And then we start the yoga, and then everyone gets a picture with them afterwards, taken on the phone, and you get a Polaroid as well. And I love Polaroid cameras. I think they're so cute. They're very like vintage, quirky. I don't know, there's just the way it prints the little picture out at the bottom is just, I love it so much. And you've got to wait for them to dry and see where your picture comes out. It's kind of an experience, a Polaroid camera. It's not like on your phone when you just like pull out your phone, go to the camera app, or like swipe right if you're on an iPhone and just click and it's done. It's not the same kind of thing. A Polaroid's like an experience in a camera. I like it. They got all the puppies, and everyone got to like hold on to a little pup for their picture with their friend or boyfriend, sibling, whoever they came with. and it was adorable. And the girls who run the puppy yoga, they were taking pictures of the Polaroids as they all come through on like the phone for the Instagram, and the pictures are amazing, and you can see everyone's face just beaming and smiling, and these adorable little puppies just all over the place. There was one that was, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks younger than the others. Super tiny, adorable dachshund puppy. And oh my gosh, she was an absolute menace. She was crazy. She probably had the most energy of all the pups there. She had a serious attitude. I liked this puppy. Everyone, when they got to like the chill out stage and you kind of like calming down, and it's very like zen. This puppy was not having zen. It did not want zen. It did not stand for zen. It's not why it came to the puppy yoga. It wanted to play all the time, but it was crazy. It kept jumping on its siblings and trying to make him play with it, and one of the siblings started crying, bless this poor little pup, because it was getting picked on by this super tiny one. It was just a really lovely way to start the day. I like starting my day with yoga anyway, or some kind of like mindful ritual for my mind and my body. Like either like to go on a walk or read a book or journal, draw, even if it's just like 5 minutes out of my day. I love having that time. So when I got to dedicate like an hour 45 minutes to yoga and puppies, it was like a dream come true. It was like, oh my gosh, this is self-care at the next level. It is happiness I didn't know I was capable of feeling. It was absolutely amazing. I genuinely can't remember the last time I did something that made me as happy as that puppy yoga. I think what's exciting too is they have different dog breeds each puppy yoga session. So sometimes it's like a mixed one where they have like the dachshunds and chow chows or something like that, or dachshunds and cavapoos. Sometimes it's labradoodles, sometimes it's huskies. I saw on the Instagram a couple of weeks ago from now, I think it was French bulldogs, and that looked adorable because they have the gorgeous big long ears, very cute, and the little squished faces. But I just have a really big soft spot for little cute animals. They don't even have to be little and cute, just animals in general. I do always have like this feeling that dogs almost get like a vibe check of people. They can pick up on people's energy and they know if you like them or not. They must do, because they just always seem to know who to gravitate towards, and it's really cute to watch them like stumble around a room and find their feet and give everyone a sniff and test the waters with everyone until they find the person they want to spend their time with. It's like a little like puppy ritual. But it was an amazing way to just like kickstart a really long summer. Hopefully I'll go back to work start of July, start picking up my shifts again and rack up a little bit of money for uni. I want to go. There's lots of events just like constantly happening in Manchester, and I love all the Manchester TikTok and Instagram pages and just seeing what's going on and thinking, oh, that event looks cute, or I'd like to go to that. There was one the other day that was yoga. It wasn't puppy yoga, and it was for National Yoga Day. I think it was Sunrise Yoga. I can't quite remember where it was. It was somewhere in like the centre of Manchester, and they had 3 sessions on throughout the day. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out and see what events are going on, and whatever I end up going to, I'll just report back on here. Update you guys, let you know what I've been up to. To be honest, finishing the exams at first and waking up the next day was really overwhelming, because I woke up and realised that yesterday I chucked and burnt everything I had from my A-levels, and I no longer had to do any work, and I didn't have to wake up and revise all day. And what I found is there's no like way of doing that level of work and revision for so long that doesn't make you feel miserable. And if there's anyone out there who has done it for 2 years and came out of it without at any point feeling miserable, that's impressive. Hats off to you. Please share your secrets for the students to come, because it was not nice. It was not a fun experience for me. I did not really enjoy it. But I think because my exam season started in, I think it was the last week of April, because I have to take fine art, so it was the first like big course with practical exam. And then I had Spanish speaking. So since like April to 14th of June, it's kind of long. That's a long stretch of time. A lot of people I know who took very similar subjects had all their exams in the space of like just 1 month, like boom, done, out the way. But then I know lots of people who have had like the first written exams end of May, and then didn't finish until like 2 days ago, and I think it's crazy. That's such a long time period to just be constantly filling your head with knowledge. But I couldn't be happier it's over. But I did feel very unsure of what to do with myself for the first day, maybe 2 or 3 days. And sometimes I get the feeling now, I have a notion, I have everything planned out that I'd like to do with my summer, and I've started going to the gym more, and I've made myself a proper workout plan. I've got a running plan, so I'm really enjoying my running at the minute. I like that it makes me feel good physically, and I love the dopamine rush at the end of if you've been running for a while. It's a feeling I don't really get anywhere else apart from running. And it's really strange because I never liked running in school. I've never liked running all of my life. I'm not a runner. Well, I wasn't a runner, but now all of a sudden it's kind of taken over in space of a couple months. I did it because I wanted to up my cardio a tiny little bit when I was working out around February, March, and I really didn't enjoy it. But I wasn't enjoying weights, I wasn't enjoying my workout, and I thought, whatever, let's just try it and see what happens. And the more I did it, the more I was like, this is really fun. And I started getting a little dopamine rush and the adrenaline rushes. And after a run, I felt more energized than before, which I thought was kind of crazy because you think it'd just tire you out and you'd be sweating and out of breath and feeling kind of glum like when you used to do cross country in school. But it was really exciting. But even then, if I've ticked everything off on my notion for the day and I've done my workout, I've done my run, sometimes I come home and I'm like, now what? Now what happens? It's odd because I've gone from having very little free time to an overwhelming amount of free time. The stuff that I was doing for months to fill that little gap of free time, I can't make spread for the amount I have now. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's an amazing thing. I'm really glad that I can just chill out and kind of do what I want for a little bit until I go to uni. Think about what I'm going to bring with me and how I want to decorate my room and my halls and collecting pots and pans, making little checklists, all the basics. My favourite thing to do is look through all the Facebook pages, the Facebook groups of what old past students or students moving into houses or finishing uni or selling, and they're there's loads of random stuff on it. It's always crazy things. While I was scrolling through, I went past a bike and then a Game Boy and then a chest of drawers and then a Nintendo Switch and then a full-sized cooker. So it's very all over the place, but I do find it quite interesting. I think I'm just quite nosy, to be honest. I have one for everyone who's new, firmed that university of choice, going into the first year, and I'm in a couple of group chats and I find them really exciting, just to see what everyone's up to, what everyone applied for. I've yet to come across a single person in these group chats that has applied for the same course as me. There seems to be a bit of a theme going on with really, really popular courses. I might just have to wait until uni to meet people who are doing the same thing as me, but just the socialising part of it is so exciting. Speaking of adventures, I have found something to fill the time of my holiday. I have finally confirmed a trip, a little holiday getaway with one of my friends from college. We're going to Barcelona for 4 days, which will be very exciting. I've always wanted to go to Barcelona. It's been a really big bucket list destination of mine. I think because you've got the city aspect and there's so much to do and it's very quirky. You've got all the cool funky architecture and there's all these different parts of the city, and then as well as that you've got the beach and you've got the bunkers behind the city. There's just so much going on all the time. I absolutely cannot wait. Hopefully there'll be loads of opportunity to get some really exciting content so I can share with you guys a lot of what goes on in Barcelona. But I don't go for a month's time from now, so got a while yet, gotta fill the time yet. But to be honest, I enjoy the process of just planning and getting excited for an event just as much as I do the actual event sometimes. Looking through everyone's TikToks of people who've been there online and reading reviews, which restaurants is best. Thank you so much for tuning in, for stopping by for a little while. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I look forward to hearing from you all. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give me a thumbs up and share something that made you smile today. But if you're wondering where else you can access my content, you can find me on TikTok at EmyBluettFilms, and you can find me on Instagram at EmyBluettFilms. But that is all for now. See you later, guys. But that is all for now. See you later, guys.